Hi students. This video will demonstrate several of the exercises from the Technique Builders book by Hazel Cobb. I'll start with page 2. This is alternating arm drops on octaves, so you use loose arms to play these. I'll demonstrate first. I'll start with number 2. I'll skip to number 4 on page 2. The right hand plays triad, left hand will be crossing over. Next, we'll go to page 3. This is more alternating arm drops, working on balancing your arm motions. I'll start with number 1, which is just alternating triads. Number 2 uses the same notes, but in a broken triad format. I'm going to skip number 3 for now and show you number 4, which uses the broken triads and the crosshand technique coming down the keys. Number 4. Of course, you can practice that much slower to get the pattern first. The next exercise I'll demonstrate is on page 5, arpeggio and scale rhythms. Number 1 on page 5, the right hand will use a triad and the left hand a half step below that. Number 2 alternates left hand and right hand using all fingers except the pinky up the scale. And so on, etc. You can take that all the way up the keys. Next, I'll show you how to do short slurs on page 6. This is a 2-note slur. You want to drop into the first note, lift out of the second note. This is number 1, page 6. Number 2 is the left hand, same motion. Down, up, down, up. And skip to number 7. Right hand just adds more notes, but then you lift out of the end of the slur. Number 8, same pattern for the left hand. 9 on page 6 has a 2-measure pattern with slurs and staccatos and eighth notes and quarter notes. 1, 2, 3. And so on. Keep going up the keyboard. Number 10 uses several 2-note slurs in a row. 1 and 2 and 3. Etc. Now I'm on page 7, more with slurring exercises. I'll show you number 2 on page 7. Left hand playing triad, right hand playing slurs, and then staccato. So you want to drop into the thumb and lift out of the pinky. I'll also show you number 4 on page 7. The right hand plays 5-note scale, then lift out of the pinky again. Okay, moving on to page 8. Triad and scale sequences in 5-note patterns. I will show you number 1 on page 8 first. Make sure you get the staccato and slur difference. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on, etc. Number 4 starts with 16th notes. So it'll be 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Moving to page 9, these are short scale figures with a waltz space. So these are in 3/4 time. The left hand is 1, 2, 3 waltz style. I'll start with number 1 on page 9. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'll skip over to number 3. It's a little bit more challenging here on page 9. Right hand does quite a lot of jumping around. It's a 4-measure pattern. 1, 2, 3. Etc. Okay, the last page for this video is page 10. Slurs and staccatos combined again. So I'll start with number 1 on page 10, starting with slurs and switching to staccato. Number 2 has a 2-measure pattern with several small slurs within the pattern. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. starts with 16th notes. It's a one measure pattern. 1 E and a 2, 3 and 4. Etc. The last one, number 4 on page 10, has several 16ths going up and down the 5-finger scale. 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4. Etc. That's it for the first 10 pages.